A judge sentenced R. Kelly to 30 years in prison.
Prosecutors say Kelly used his stardom to subject young fans, some of them just children, to systematic sexual abuse. He was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking in New York last year. Several accusers testified that Kelly subjected them to perverse and sadistic whims while they were underage. Accusations against Kelly began in the 90s, growing increasingly heinous with each new development.
I stand here very proud of my judicial system, very proud of my fellow survivors, and very pleased with the outcome. 30 years did he do this, and 30 years is what he got.
It happened to me a long time ago. I was 17, I'm 45 today. I never thought that I would be here to see him be held accountable for the atrocious things that he did to children.
Kelly has denied any wrongdoing. He has been jailed without bail since 2019 and is still facing child pornography and obstruction of justice charges here in Chicago. That trial is set for August.
Joining us now to talk about this is reporter Jim DeRogatis, who has been reporting on R. Kelly for more than 20 years. He is also the author of the book Soulless, The Case Against R. Kelly. Jim, thanks for being with us.
Sure, Dan, Robin.
It's truly, I mean, when I think back to how many times you've been on our show over the years, and remind people how this all started, Jim, when you were one of the first to report on this, when no one was.
Yeah, the story I wrote with Abdon Palish at the Sun-Times ran December 21, 2000. After 6 weeks of our reporting, I'd gotten an anonymous fax with several disturbing allegations that all turned out to be that we proved. And we thought just before Christmas 2000 that R. Kelly's career would end there. If you put these 30 years in perspective, the first documented victim was 1991. A friend of one of the women in that clip right there, both of them broke their silence to me for the first time, Lizette Martinez, Javonta Cunningham. So many women over all those years bravely speaking out to try to stop this man from hurting others. 1991 to the sentence yesterday, that's a little less than a year for all the years he was ruining young lives.
I know you were watching closely yesterday, Jim. What was your reaction to that sentence? Do you think it was appropriate?
I just defer always to those victims, Dan. They are happy that they've finally been believed and heard in a court of law, because we do not believe women. We especially do not believe Black women and young Black women. I mean, look, 1991, Dr. Anita Hill was on Capitol Hill testifying credibly about accusations of sexual abuse. We saw it again a few years ago with Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. Both of those men sit on the Supreme Court, and last week they took away a woman's right to control her own body. We don't believe women in this society. It's a problem of race. It's a problem of gender equity. And I think there are many takeaways from this most tragic story in the history of popular music. Let's face it, men have been misbehaving, abusing women since the era of the Bobby Soxers, in full view of the brightest spotlight in the world. But Kelly is singular. No one in the history of popular music has ever been convicted of the breadth and depth of the crimes of Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Talk about what eventually got him to be convicted in this case in New York. It was a federal case. We know famously that case that happened here in Chicago where he got off on all charges, and he's facing another trial here in Chicago in August. But what was it? You had mentioned this in an article, Jim. You thought this New York case was going to get him. Remind people why.
I think because the federal government finally took it seriously. The Department of Homeland Security, I talked to some of those investigators, several dozen of them spread out across the country, and interviewed everyone I had ever reported on for 22 years. Judge Vincent Gaughn, it should be ashamed of the trial, the way he conducted it in 2008. When Kelly was acquitted, despite nearly a half hour of the most horrifying thing I've seen in my life, Kelly raping a 14-year-old girl. His behavior only escalated after that. And Chicago has so much to answer for, Robin. The court system, the schools, all but a handful of cops. Dan Everett was a diligent investigator. He had a few partners. Journalism for not covering the story. The Black church for taking Kelly's money and serving as his spiritual advisor. the Reverend James Meeks, and most of all, the music industry. They were not going to derail a cash cow who was selling 100 million albums, generating $1 billion in income, no matter how many young lives he ruined.
Well, I'm sure we'll check back in when his trial here in Chicago starts again in August. Jim, thanks for being with us.
You bet.
The name of the book is Soulless, The Case Against R. Kelly. It's available now.